me the most is when the Boy Scouts have a meeting every year, and it's a dad and father competition thing, and I have to go with my mom because I don't have a father, and all the other boys
Does Mom go?
talk about me. Yes.
Is she a good mom?
Yes.
I know you sometimes daydream of the different things you guys can do together. What would you like to do?
I would like maybe to go fishing or bowling or maybe even hunting or just play games or anything like that.
Myrtle, do you think that this man David is his father?
I know he is.
Without a shadow of a doubt?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. Why does he say he is not his father?
David was in North Chicago in the hospital. He's a Vietnam veteran, and he was there a month prior to me coming up to him. And he believes wholeheartedly in his heart that I had an affair. And
where did he get that feeling?
He thinks I have had multiple affairs.
Have you?
No. No. And
have you had any affairs?
No.
Then where did he get this idea?
David's just David. You have to ask him. He's got some strange
Without
ideas.
any rhyme or reason, he has that.
No, not rhyme or reason. I don't know how to answer you there, Sally. You just have to talk to David there.
I will ask him. How do you feel? Are you still nervous about seeing this man?
Yes, I'm very nervous about it. Because
I think you appear kind of calm to me, so.
I'm trying to hold it all inside.
Okay. That's okay, I understand that. Let's meet David. Remember, this is the first time that Doug is coming face to face with a man that his mother says is the father, who denies it, by the way. David, come on out. Doug, this is the first time you're seeing the man you believe is your father. Does he look like you thought he was going to look?
No.
What did you think he would look like?
A little bit younger.
Younger? We have a photo album that had pictures of David and I from 1980. So Doug, you know, that's what he's related to. This is
10 years ago
David,
pictures.
yes. So he hasn't seen him age.
I know you have a lot of questions for him. What would you like to ask him?
Yes. David, do you know what it's like to go to the Boy Scouts and have them ask you where your father is?
Jeanette, you told our producers that she has hurt you deeply.
Deeply.
Tell me about that.
Sometimes she gets a little bug up her butt, and if things don't go her way, then I don't get to see Tadra. She's constantly throwing it to me that Timothy's not her father. I bored Timothy. I know what Timothy looked like. This is my granddaughter.
You're sure of that?
I'm 100% sure.
You would like to raise your granddaughter?
Yes, because Stacy is so free.
What do you mean free?
She's a slut.
Well, mother and son agree. Tell us what your granddaughter means to you.
She means a world to me. She's my life. I enjoy her. I go get her whenever I can. I play with her. I have everything at my house that a baby would need. When I get her, I don't get nothing from Stacy. I have it all myself. From diapers to shoes to bed to high chair. I have everything. And I've asked Stacy to let me take her. Not custody, just
Stacy, the child lives with her mother, right?
Yes.
And she has been allowing you to visit the child?
Yes.
Timothy, how do you feel? First of all, do you think this is your daughter?
There's no thinking about it. She is mine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You are sure?
I'm positive.
But you said she was sleeping
pictures.
around.
Yeah, she was. She slept with my own cousin.
She told me, Sally, when the
This is
baby
my
was
daughter.
born,
I have pictures of
that
they were
it was
twins.
one of 5 guys when the baby was born.
She said it's one of 5 guys.
Yes.
But Tim is sure it's his.
100% sure.
Yes.
Anyone that knows, I changed Chucky's diapers. Chucky and his mother lived with me and Timothy. And Chucky's mother will even say that Timothy is Tadra's father. But
All right,
Stacy
we
won't
can
let it
ask him
ride.
when we see him. There is, I hope you don't mind me mentioning, there's a possibility that you may be sterile. Is that right? Can you tell me about that?
All I know is that I have what they call elephantitis, is the left testicle swells.
And the doctor told you that that's...
He's
One of the side
one of the side
effects is
effects.
sterilization.
Did he say that you had the side effect?
He didn't, there was no answer, he just, it was the
Have
side
you ever gotten anyone else pregnant? I think, no one, just this once.
Just this one.
Okay, let's bring out Stacy and Chuck and see what they
I
have to
wanna-
say. Stacy, I always maintain that women know who the father of their child is. I guess maybe I haven't met a lot of women who've slept with that many men in the same short period of time. Who do you think is the father of 2-year-old Tadra?
I think Chuck is. In my heart, I believe Chuck is.
Okay, why?
Because Tim's been with a lot of women too, and he's never gotten anybody else pregnant. I think she looks a lot like Chuck.
Chuck, you slept with Stacy, who happens to be your good...
And when I wasn't as pregnant as I thought I was, it was pretty scary because I had just a very brief relationship with Nick's father, because we definitely found out that my ex-boyfriend wasn't his child.
Nick, you've never met this man who had this short-term relationship with
No,
him?
never.
Have you grown up without a father?
Yes.
Okay. What is that like?
Like, it's painful, and every time I think about it, it's like my stomach turns right around, and it's like...
Because you don't have a father.
Exactly.
Right. Do you get jealous of stepbrothers and sisters?
Well, yes.
Your daughter's quest for a paternity test.
Okay, well, at the time of conception of Lindsay, or just prior to that, not sure which at this point, I was living with a man named Brian for 1.5 years. And we had broken up, and I went back to an ex-boyfriend of mine that I had had previous to that relationship. After about 6 weeks or so of being gone, I had my first menstrual cycle, and it was shortly after that I had a little bit of a problem, so I went to the doctor, and he says, well, guess what, you're pregnant. And I didn't know how far along I was, and he told me that I had most likely gotten my first period after conception of Lindsay. Therefore, there wasn't any real way to tell. She was larger than normal, so they weren't really sure as to, going by the size of the baby, to be able to tell how far along I was.
So there are 2 men, the one that you were living with and a man that you slept with once. Is that correct?
Yeah, I only slept with once after I went back
Okay.
to him.
So there's a Brian you've been living with, and are you with either of them now?
No.
What's it been like, Lindsay, growing up without a dad?
I feel like really sad, and it like hurts my feelings to know that I don't have a dad.
Have both men agreed to a paternity test?
No, you know, before coming on the show,
A child your entire life
Okay,
because
she's not my life.
okay,
she's
but wait a minute. We all saw how you tattooed her name on your leg, how you tattooed her name on your leg, how you tattooed her name on your back. This child, I'm terribly sorry, is being pulled. She's only 2 years old. Now, in this case, please, whomever the father is, you must support the mother, and when the child is with you, you must say wonderful things about the mother. Yes, it would be wonderful if you are the father. I didn't know, backstage, sitting back there, I didn't know if this was a show about paternity or morality, right? Because of all the things that have been going on here. But right now, we have one thing and one thing to worry about, and that is the child. Thank you very much. Okay. Now,
What do you think about Stacy?
Well, you know what? Before I go on, this little boy, he got to me, really. Could you please tell us what you're feeling right now, honey? What's going on for you?
I can't explain it.
Try to explain it. Try to. How are you feeling about that now, honestly?
I've pretty well come to terms with the affair itself.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because the baby is continuing to be in your face,
right.
And you continue to use that as the reason for your fights. And if you came to terms between your wife and you over the affair, that would not be happening.
Well, the fights don't start over her. They just get
But they
thrown in
always
there as a
end
kid.
up
Yeah,
over her.
They do.
And for the sake of this child, I mean, she's just a little tiny baby now. What do you think it's going to do to her as she grows up and hears constantly, well, I don't really know if that was the father, if that wasn't the father. Yes, we will find that out. But right now, we have to know that you can patch up the thought of the affair so that you can go on and live your life, because you've had a 14-year marriage, and every marriage has ups and downs, as we all know. But either you're going to make it together and allow the anger.
Now in front of Brian's home, I'm going to go and see if he's willing to take a paternity test to find out if he is Lindsay's dad. Let's go right now and get some answers for Lindsay. Okay, Sally, let's see if he's there. Hello, Brian. It's Taha with the Sally Show. Are you there? Well, I guess he's not there just yet, but we're going to wait around for him.
Finally, Brian showed up.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Taha with the Sally Show. How you doing? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about taking a paternity test today. Can we go inside and talk a little bit about it? Sure. Okay, great.
My producer showed Brian the tape of Lindsay on the show that we just recorded.
16-year-old Lindsay and her mom, Pam.
So, would Brian agree to take a paternity test to see if he is Lindsay's father?
Lindsay, if you're listening, I hope that you can rest easy, because I'm going to do it for you, and I hope that it comes out positive for me, because at least this way, if you want to be with me, you can be with me, you know. But even if it doesn't come out that way, that's fine, because I'll still be your friend.